I make my way towards the cafe to meet with our account manager from Dashu. How long have I been going, by the way? 110? Alright. I try to anticipate what kind of questions he'll ask about Eagle so I can have answers ready. Yuna said this wasn't an interview, but I still want to make a good impression. Is he going to have color on him? As I enter the cafe, I sweep my gaze across the room and spot a man wearing a Dashu jacket. That must be him. After ordering a cup of coffee, I walk over to greet him. Hello. Oh, he does have color. Look at him. The man faces me, and I'm surprised by how young he looks. He only seems to be a couple years older than us. I'm the pilot from Eagle, Ace 204911. He smiles and gestures toward the seat across from him. I accept the seat.
Thanks for meeting me on such short notice. As I'm sure you know, I'm Yuri Ariev, your account manager with Dashu.
A waitress places our drinks on the table. He takes a sip from his drink and seems pleasantly surprised. That must be some good coffee.
I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I am curious about a few things.
About Eagle?
Eagle?
He looks genuinely confused. I guess my intel is correct.
No, about Hyperdrive.
Hyperdrive? That's the team I played for at CINY. Looks like Yuri did his homework on me. Okay, I'll try to answer the best I can. He smiles.
I am more interested about the team and sponsorship dynamics in the West. I've researched that companies have official teams in the school rather than just sponsoring a different team from time to time.
I nod. That's right.
Hyperdrive is an S-ranked division team at CINY. That's quite the accomplishment. I can see why you transferred into Ace with a history like that.
Okay. Thank you. I practiced a lot and studied to make sure my application was strong from both sides. Yuri seems pleased by my answer.
What were your teammates like?
Hyperdrive had about 20 pilots on the team. I didn't know all of them well, but I made a few friends. Yuri takes another sip from his coffee.
Ah, yes. I've heard the official company teams tend to recruit purely from an efficiency and winning standpoint. There's even internal competition within the team to see who are the strongest pilots.
I nod.
Which means your solo rank must have been strong if you were the primary backup after the starting four.
Yeah, although I can't say everyone was pleased with a first year being a primary backup. Yuri chuckles.
I take it the more senior members of the team weren't pleased.
Yup, because of that, most of the people I considered to be close were other first years. Because some of the seniors who were already on the starting lineup would help me train.
Sounds like there was a very split dynamic among the team, which is not surprising given how large it is. It's hard to foster close camaraderie when everyone competes for the same spots.
There were definitely a lot of cliques that formed within the group. I tried to stay away from any drama that would just focus on bringing up my rank.
How well do you think that model works compared to the model here?
I pause. The pressures are different, but I do believe that smaller teams make more efficient teams. Wait, yeah. You're more invested in your personal training and development, not because there is a looming pressure that someone is just a number away from replacing you, but because you're an important member of your team. And of course, you end up fostering closer relationships with your teammates. But the whole sponsorship process here is incredibly imbalanced. Yuri nods understandingly. Honestly, I'm grateful you agreed to sponsor us. We were rejected a few times before, and Yuna was really disappointed by how unwilling most companies were to consider us.
Your team at Ace is a little unique. Even though you guys are an S-ranked division team, because you're a new team with no history of performance, you're also considered high risk.
High risk?
Yeah, it's hard to gauge whether your team is a strong up-and-comer or if your entry into this division was a fluke. Most companies don't like that uncertainty.
If that's the case, how come you decided to take the risk? He grins.
I know good talent when I see it. If I had been too afraid to take risks, I never would have landed Yudai. When I signed him on, he was a new pilot but already showed so much potential.
He looks wistful.
What happened to him was tragic. The least I could do is to help his sister, especially after seeing how his death affected her.
Got it. So, Yuna had a brother who was in the pilot program who died in some kind of tragic accident. That's what happened. Wait, what happened?
You don't know?
He falters.
You should probably talk to Yuna.
Oh, sure. An uncomfortable silence settled while both of us sip at our drinks. Once he downs the last of his coffee, he checks his phone then smiles politely.
I have to run to another meeting. Thanks again for stopping in to chat with me, and I'm sure we'll see each other soon.
Thanks, it was nice to meet you. I say my goodbye and take another sip of my drink as I watch him leave. What happened to Yuna's brother? How come she never mentioned him to me? Questions race through my mind, but I clear them away as I finish my drink. I shouldn't drive myself crazy thinking about questions I don't have the answers to. Next time I see Yuna, I'll ask. In the meantime, I still have time before I should go home. What should I do to clear my mind? Boo! I dial Yuna's number.
Hello?
That was weird. What happened? Hey Yuna, what are you up to this evening?
I'm in the small auditorium in the drama center.
What? Oh, is there a play?
Not quite. I'm attending a class run by the Improv Club. You should come.
Okay. That sounds like fun. I'll be right there.
Great. See you soon.
Improv, okay. This doesn't look like an auditorium, but hey, whatever. As soon as we hang up the phone, I head to the drama center. When I arrive, I spot Yuna sitting towards the right of the room. As I head over, I run straight into someone. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Wait a minute. Hey, I know you. Aren't you the instructor for the cooking club? You teach improv too? He laughs.
No, that's my twin brother.
It's a Nurse Joy deal. I see.
Anyway, have a seat. We are about to get started.
So it's, I see where this is going. It's kind of a Nurse Joy deal. So it's like, each club is run by like the guy that looks the same, but they're like all brothers. He marches to the front of the room while I He marches to the front of the room while I sit beside Yuna. She smiles acknowledgement. The auditorium has about 30 people. Although I never considered improv before, I suppose it's something that a lot of people are interested in.
Welcome to Improv. For those of us new to this group, improv is live acting. Everything is made up in the moment. Plot, character, dialogue, everything. Every performance is unique and cannot be recreated in exactly the same way. Okay, everyone partner up. We're going to have each team perform a skit.
Oh no. You and I nod at each other.
It doesn't matter if you're a newbie to improv or a veteran. The most important thing to remember is to go with the flow. Your partner might throw something completely wild at you, but that's okay. That's what makes improv fun. You'll have a choice of scenarios on stage for each pair to choose from. Once the scene has been set, then the only rule is to do whatever comes to mind.
News.
So, any volunteers?
Keep your hand down. I glance around the room, as is every other student. It's gone eerily quiet as everyone tries to stay unnoticed. Yuna touches my hand.
Everyone seems to be just as nervous as we are. Maybe we should go first.
Well, I mean, if she wants to go first, I guess it can't be that bad. Might as well. Okay, at least when we go first, there's nothing to compare our performance to.
Right.
She raises her hand.
We volunteer.
Good thing you volunteered when you did. I was just about to choose a volunteer. Come on up.
This is bad. An audible sigh of relief ripples through the room as we head on stage.
You'll find the scenario options on the table over there. Once you've decided, read the scenario out loud for the rest of the class.
We walk over to the table in the corner of the stage.
Which one do you want to do?
I read the descriptions. Oh no! This is bad. Oh, this is bad. So, dying confession. Beach but gender swapped. This is weird. Both of these are not very good. It probably doesn't matter that much, but there's a significant lack of choices. How many groups are going exactly? Don't they need more than this? Can I type in an extra choice? I hate my life. Please. Oh my god. You know what? Let's just go. She doesn't seem like, because this is obviously a comedy attempt. I feel like we should do this one. I feel like she'd be more towards that one. I mean, in these two options. Let's try this one. A deathbed confession. Can I be the one who's dying?
Sure, I'll follow your lead then.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay.
Sweet, I get to die. I've always wanted to die. This is great. After we select our description, I read it aloud for the class. I spit everywhere. The instructor then gives us the signal to begin. Yuna signals that she will follow my lead. I rush onto the stage, dodging imaginary arrows. Arg! I clutch at my chest as one of the arrows hits me, and stumble around the stage before falling to my knees. My breath shortens into gasps as I slowly lay on my back. Yuna races onto the stage, then cradles my head into her lap.
Stay with me.
I gurgle faintly. Yuna.
Shh, don't talk. Everything will be okay.
Poor girl. I'm actually like, this is weird. Am I gonna have to choose what to say. I wanna die! I still remember, when I, like, the overdrive or whatever activated, and, I want to say Inferno Overdrive, but that's the Fire Type Z move. That's wrong. And it's like type in your final shout of victory, and I said fucking kill me. I feel like I should say something like that now. There's something I have to tell you.
You can tell me when you're better.
Come closer. She leans in, her hair tickles my cheek. I whisper to her. Something ridiculous, something meaningful. It's too late. I'm dead. I feel like I should go for something ridiculous. Let's do it. Because I can rewind choices anyway. Don't forget to feed my cat.
What?
She'll eat tuna and not the cheap stuff.
No! Please come back to me. What will I do without you?
She shakes me gently, but I don't stir. Her voice grows thick.
I'll never forget you.
Wait, can I go back?
What?
Yeah, okay. I don't want to go past there. Let's try this. No, that's right. I'm sorry. We couldn't have more time together.
Don't talk like that.
Okay, this is what she was expecting. Okay, let's do that. I feign a coughing fit.
Save your voice.
I'll always remember the time we had. The words fall limp in her arms.
No!
Okay, so this is.
Come back to me.
I'm actually
What will I do without you?
curious, like, cause this kind of stuff, like, cause she said that earlier, in the last choice, so it's kind of curious to see where the set in stone lines come in, so it's kind of interesting. She shakes me gently, but I don't stir. Her voice grows thick.
I'll never forget you.
All right, this is where it gets well, she hugs me. Great. And now I'm cured. Help, I can't breathe. I think we should stay in character. Now I'm cured. That's just funny. Although I'm acutely aware of my nose nestled in her soft bosom, I remain still. After all, I'm supposed to be dead, and dead people don't move. After a moment, she tenses up as if she realized something. She's so sweet. He pushes me away as her face grows beet red. The audience laughs, causing her face to burn even redder. Student professor claps his hands.
Great job, you two. Have either of you done improv before?
We shake our heads.
You're a natural.
Your naturals is... Really?
Yes, that was hilarious. You two have great chemistry together. You make an awesome team.
Hilarious? Don't forget to feed my cat. I kind of like that. I thought that was funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yuna grows with excitement as we return to our
We
seat.
rocked it. Thanks for coming and joining me.
No problem. It was a lot more fun than I expected it to be.
All right, I swapped out the scenarios on the table so we don't get any repeats. So who's next?
I want to watch all them fail. Come out and fail. You and I watched the other teams perform their skits to the amusement of us all. By the time everyone is finished, my sides hurt from laughing so hard. Oh, it was supposed to be funny. Man. Rip-off. As I enter the house, I hear soft giggles coming from the living room. A tuft of blonde hair peeks over the couch, and the wave of giggles floats from the couch, but cease abruptly as I step closer. Nikki hangs up the phone and turns around to greet me.
Hi, big bro.
You know what? I'll fucking murder you. I plop down next to her. Who was that guy? Her eyes grow
How
wide.
did you know it was a guy?
Ah, well, you see, sweetie, I know guys, I don't know. You just told me. I didn't, but I do now. She pouts.
That's tricky.
Well, welcome to my world. So, who was it?
No one.
Doesn't sound like no one.
He's just a classmate.
Oh yeah, oh. I reach around and grab Nikki's phone while she's distracted.
No, give it back!
She screams in my ear as she leaps over me, reaching for her phone. I fend her off and keep the phone away from her grasping hands. As she continues to struggle, I worm my way off the couch and flip through her call list before she can scramble to her feet. The last dial number is Ken. What kind of weird Japanese name is Ken? Nikki snatches the phone right as I speak, then pummels my chest with her fist.
Oh my god, you are such a jerk.
Is he even a real person?
Of course he is.
But his name is Ken.
You're the worst.
She hits me hard one last time before turning on her heel and storming upstairs. I like that. But his name is Ken. When she's halfway to the top, she pauses.
By the way, Ken means strong in Japanese.
Nikki stomps into her room and slams the door. Oh yeah, oops. Still, Ken? I hear laughter. Is that me? Did I just laugh out loud? Kaito is leaning against the doorway behind me, a broad smile on his face. I jump when I see him. First Akira, now Kaito. How is everyone always sneaking up on me?
That's good. Ken is a funny name. It's like Ken.
He continues laughing at his joke, then gradually calms down.
Why does your face look like that?
Like what? It always looks like this.
No, like this.
It mimics a look of cringing and disbeliefs. Cringing and disbelief, singular. I don't... What? I should go do my
Good
homework.
idea. Get smart.
You know what? I'm already smart. I slowly head towards the stairs, still unsure about what just happened. Echoes of Kenyan. As I walk up the steps, I can hear faint chuckles from Kaito and the echoes of Kenyan. Since I was already in my room, I caught up on studying until it was time for sleep. What the hell? Anyway, I've been going for a long time. So that's gonna be it for this sesh. I might actually end up splitting this one into 4 episodes. Because that took much longer than I expected. But it also, yeah, so, before I go, so at the very beginning of this, so since you guys stayed with me this long, and how long have we been going? Hour 28? So, since you stayed with me this long, I'll tell, so at the very beginning of this session, I mentioned a take my keys joke, or actually it was something about grabbing my keys, and like, grab my keys, and I said something about telling the story later, if I get the chance. So since you've stayed with me this long, I'll tell the story. So it's pretty funny. So I have a friend, so I'm a junior in high school, I have a friend who's a senior in high school who, well, if you know how high school works, the guys and girls tend to get pretty sexually active. And so one of my friends, who happens just to be a complete nerd, like he is, well, not like a complete nerd, but like he knows so much about like IT stuff, like computer parts. He's constantly going on websites and ordering computer parts, and he knows all about the different processor stuff, so he's a complete nerd, but all he does is tell stories about all the times he's gotten laid. So you know, coming with that, that kind of action, frequent action, so he's probably had sex in his car many a time. So, I have a whole group of friends who are in my AP Calculus class, He's also in there. He sits next to me. So I have a whole group of friends who also know this about him. So there was a few days in a row, well, yeah, kind of like often, but like yearbook staff would come into our calculus class, or it was like, so I'm the only junior in that group, but like, and it's a group of like 10 or so seniors and then me. I don't know how I got included in that group, but and all of those seniors are like on sports teams, like they're top players in the sports team, and I'm just like here doing fucking nothing. But so they're like all top players in the sports team. So calculus would constantly get interrupted by yearbook staff and pretty girls. The yearbook staff, there are a lot of pretty girls. So so they would knock on the door, come in, and be like, "Hey, can we have so and so?" And it just happened like. So it was a really pretty girl, and they would call, one of the volleyball team members, and be like, "Oh yeah, go and get the digits, boy." And then so like we would all kind of like make fun of him, and the girl would kind of like get embarrassed at the door, and so it was the same girl a few times over. So then it became like a kind of like a running thing with us and her. So we'd be like, "Oh yeah, get her digits, man," and then eventually it evolved. So that dude that I was just telling you about, eventually when it became often enough that this girl would come in, he would be like, she'd call for whoever, and he'd be like, "Take my keys," and in case you don't get it, it was so that this guy who gets called out can take this girl to his car and have sex with her. And it's just, it sounds kind of bad, but it's just funny. So it's just like, he takes his keys out of his pocket, he like throws the keys at the guy who's getting called out. "Take my keys!" It's great. Comedy gold right there. So that's all for my story. But thank you for listening. It's a great story. I'm gonna be telling it for years and years. So anyway. Thank you all for watching this far in Ace Academy. This is going to be probably 4 episodes. This was long and boring. But, anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Whenever that is. Next time.